This is my low fidelity paper prototyping. What I'm going to do is to add a new feature in Google Maps. So this feature can help you lead or follow your friend when you are heading to some destination while you are using the Google Map. So the goal of the tester is to be the leader of the group and lead your friend A to Purdue University. Okay, so first of all, let's work through my implementation. As you can see, this is the main page of Google Maps. So the first thing you have to do is to touch the manual bar here. Then it will go to the personal profile. The next thing you have to do is to swipe up the menu here. Then it will show a new options I add here, the group moving. Then you touch the group moving options here. After you touch that button, then it will show the main page of this new feature. So you can choose to be the leader or the follower. And because in this goal, you have to choose to be a leader, so we touch the leader button. Then we will go to, you have to enter the destinations and the members here so the first of all, we add the destination. We touch the destination column and we will show the keyboard here, and we enter Purdue University because our goal is to go to Purdue University. So here it shows that Purdue you entered. Then the second is to input and type your friend's name here in the member column, and you will show up not only keyboard but also some history record you have entered before. So for this task, we choose the friend A, and A will show up. Then we click or touch the OK button. Then we will go back to the main page. So in this page, we are waiting for the group members to join. And after A join, you can see the red dot here. This represents the A. Then after all members join, you can start your trip. So just start. So for this part is an analysis for my paper prototype. So first is the lost fidelity. As you can see on the screen, the left is my paper prototype, and the right is the real Google Map interface. The issue here was that one of the testers was stuck on this page. She didn't know what to do next, so she was trying to go back to main page. However, in my prototype, she couldn't find a way to go back. But if she was using the real interface, she could simply touch the shadow part in the right and go back to main page. So what's happening here is that she tried every gesture and accidentally find the correct button I wish her to find and successfully go to the next step. So the lost fidelity of my paper prototype may lead to confusion for tester. And the second one is that I didn't implement the go back option in the main page of my feature. So as you can see in the picture, this is the main page while after you touch the group moving button. So fortunately, I give an explicit goal for my testers. So once they saw this page, they immediately touch the leader button. But in real life, what if you regret or something just happened that makes you don't want to use this feature? Then you don't have the option to go back. So this is the flaw I found in my paper prototyping. The third one is the input ambiguity. So for this part, I asked the testers to enter the destination and the members' information. So their questions is that can they just enter the name of the destination like Purdue University, or should they enter the address of the Purdue University? Or either way could work. And for the members, can they just enter the name of their members, or should they enter the email address? So what if the people they didn't use Google Map, can they also enter the name or somebody who didn't use Google Map? So these are the issues here. In my paper prototyping, I didn't specify what kind of information they should enter. This is one of the flaws I found. So the last part is a recap. So here are the pros and cons I found when I was using paper prototyping. So the first one, I think the benefits of using paper prototyping is the time. It took me just about half an hour to implement all the features I would like to test, and I think it takes less time for you to really create the product you would like to try, and you save you a lot of time. And the second benefit I think is the accessibility. So for this paper prototyping, you can test somebody you meet whenever you have the paper prototype. You don't have a limit like some products you have to use a computer, and you have to use a mobile app, or you have to use the internet. So for this paper prototyping, once you got the paper prototype on your hand, you can test to anyone you meet. So I think this is the benefit of this paper prototyping. So the third benefit I think for the paper prototype is the adjustability. It is easy to add any features or correct any errors when you are using paper prototyping. For example, when I was testing my paper prototype and the tester finds that there is a flaw, and I can easily correct the errors or add anything I think when I was testing. So I think the adjustability is one of the benefits of using paper prototyping. You can avoid facing some technical problems, because when you are going to adjust your paper prototype, all you have to do is use your hand. So these are the three benefits I think for using the paper prototyping. Now I'm going to talk about some disadvantages of using the paper prototyping. So the first one is the functionality. Because the idea of using paper prototyping is to test our idea of some features or some specific function. We won't create the function that we are not going to test. In this way, when testers trigger something that we didn't implement, then nothing happens. I think this will influence the feedback or some interaction between the paper prototype and our users. So like the result will be biased because we didn't really implement the other function. And the last one I think is the messiness. So in my case, I was trying to implement a paper prototype for a mobile phone, and the objects on the mobile phone is very small, and plus the papers are light and very thin. So once there's a wind or some tiny actions, then it will blow up the paper prototype, or it will stop the experiment I was trying to run. So I think this is one of the disadvantages of the paper prototype. Although we can use paper prototype to test with anyone we meet, but we have to cautiously pick up the location we test, because any tiny movements or anything that blows the papers up will influence my results. So I think this is one of the disadvantages of paper prototyping.